You're listening to Silver Anniversary Movies. The podcast is celebrating their silver anniversary. So can you guess the movie that is celebrating their 25 years of release?
We're going back to September 22nd, 1995. We'll talk about 6 movies real quick. First one's at a 14% on Tomato Meter with a 52% audience score. In a desperate bid to revive his abysmal peacetime approval rating, the President of the United States agrees to his scheme proposed by corrupt cabinet member Stu Smiley and launches a top-secret propaganda campaign to vilify Canada. As U.S. citizens get caught up in a xenophobic hysteria, a group of residents of Nigeria, New York, wielding machine guns, organize a vigilante invasion that could trigger a real war with America's gentle neighbor to the north. It is rated PG. It's a comedy, directed by Michael Moore, produced by David Brown, Ron Ratholz, Michael Moore. It's an hour and 31 minutes long by Propaganda Films, Dog Eat Dog Films, Polygram Filmed Entertainment, Gramercy Pictures. Alright, now some of the cast: Bill Nunn as Cabral Jabbar, Rip Torn as General Dick Panzer, Kevin Pollak as Stuart Smiley, Rhea Perlman as Deputy Honey, John Candy as Sheriff Bud Boomer, and Alan Alda as President of the United States. And so the name of the movie is Canadian Bacon. It is streaming on Hoopla or for rent or buy on Vudu. Alright, the next one is 21% on the Tomato Meter, 37% audience score. Nomi arrives in Las Vegas with only a suitcase and a dream of becoming a top showgirl. She quickly befriends Molly, who works at the high-profile Stardust Hotel, and lands a job at a seedy strip club. A chance meeting with Crystal, the Stardust marquee dancer, and her powerful boyfriend Zach brings Nomi one step closer to realizing her dream. But, as she ascends to the top, Nomi begins to wonder if it's all worth it. Its rating is NC-17. It's a drama, directed by Paul Verhoeven, producer Charles Evans. It was 2 hours 11 minutes long by United Artists, Coralco Pictures Inc. Some of the cast: Alan Richins as Tony, Robert Davey as Al, Glenn Plummer as James, Gina Gershon as Crystal, Elizabeth Berkley as Nomi, and Kyle MacLachlan as Zach. Alright, the name of the movie is Showgirls. It is streaming on HBO Max, HBO, and DirecTV, or you can rent or buy it on Fandango now. This next one's a 29% on Tomato Meter, with an 84% audience score. Joe runs Empire Records, an independent Delaware store that employs a tight-knit group of music-savvy youths. Hearing that the shop may be sold to a big chain, Slacker employee Lucas bets a chunk of the store's money, hoping to get a big return. When this plan fails, Empire Records falls into serious trouble, and various other clerks, including Lovely Corey and Gloomy Deb, must deal with the problem among many other issues. It is rated PG-13. It's a drama directed by Alan Moyle, produced by Arnold Milchan, Michael G. Nathanson, Alan Rich, and Tony Ludwig. It's an hour and 40 minutes long. Some of the cast: Robin Tunney as Deborah, Renee Zellweger as Gina, Liv Tyler as Corey, Johnny Whitworth as AJ, Rory Cochran as Lucas, and Anthony LaPaglia as Joe. So the name of the movie is Empire Records. And this one you can rent or buy it on Microsoft Store, Redbox, Apple iTunes, Amazon Video, Google Play, YouTube, Fandango Now, Vudu, and DirecTV. The next one is at a 50% on Tomato Meter and a 76% audience score. An Irish lad who fled from his oppressive widowed father falls for a girl from an affluent family. It's rated R. It's a romance, directed by Peter Yates, produced by Peter Yates and Ruth Boswell. It's an hour and 49 minutes long. Some of the cast: Dear Blah Malloy as mother, David Kelly as Father Gaynor, Anthony Brophy as Prutney, Victoria Smurfett as Ennig, Matt Kessler as Danny, and Albert Finney as Father. Alright, the name of the movie is The Run of the Country. This is for rent or buy on Fandango Now, Vudu, and Prime Video. Alright, 71% on Tomato Meter, 58% audience score. A British spinster eyes a factory owner who is infatuated with a young American nanny at a result in 1937 Italy. It's rated PG. It's a romance directed by John Irvin, produced by Robert Fox, wrote by Trevor Bentham. It's an hour and 32 minutes long by Miramax. Some of the cast: Carlo Cardier as Mr. Bonizzoni, Alessandro Gassman as Vittorio Balsari, Alida Valli as Signoria Fascioli, Uma Thurman as Miss Beaumont, Edward Fox as Major Wilshaw, and Vanessa Redgrave as Miss Bentley. So the name of the movie is A Month by the Lake. It is streaming on Hoopla, or you can rent or buy it on Amazon Video and Vudu, or you can just buy it on Google Play and YouTube. Alright, the last one, 81% on Tomato Meter. It's a 95% audience score. When retiring police detective William Somerset tackles a file case with the aid of newly transferred David Mills, they discover a number of elaborate and grisly murders. They soon realize they are dealing with a serial killer who is targeting people he thinks represent one of the 7 deadly sins. Somerset also befriends Mills' wife Tracy, who is pregnant and afraid to raise her child in the crime-riddled city. It is rated R. It is a drama, mystery, and thriller crime. It's directed by David Fincher, produced by Arnold Capulso and Phyllis Carlyle. It is 2 hours 5 minutes long by New Line Cinema. Some of the cast: John C. McGinley as California, Richard Roundtree as Martin Talbot, R. Lee Irby as police captain, Gwyneth Paltrow as Tracy Mills, Morgan Freeman as Detective William Somerset, and Brad Pitt as Detective David Mills. Alright, the name of the movie is Seven. It is streaming on Fubo, or you can rent it on Redbox, Amazon Video, Fandango Now, Apple iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Vudu, Microsoft Store, DirecTV, and AMC On Demand. Alright, well that's it. That came out September 22nd, 1995. Enjoy watching the movies. This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.